With the Daytona 500 works a little different because qualifying sets the two best times get row two, okay, first and second place starting positions. Everybody else gets their starting positions through this qualifying, and then the Can-Am Duel will set the actual starting positions for the Daytona 500. Yes, I confused everybody, but no, not really. Also, there will be so there will be points paid out for tomorrow's racing event. NASCAR's chairman and CEO, the big guy, Brian France, says, quote, simply put, this will make great racing even better. And he says, I'm proud of the unprecedented collaboration from industry stakeholders, each of whom had a common goal, strengthening the sport for our fans. And this is an enhancement fully rooted in teamwork, and the result will be an even better product every single week. So, the NBA, after a while, decided that they're going to put the three-point line, make things a little exciting. Baseball, well, they made the time limit between innings, the 2-minute time limit, where the pitcher has 2 minutes before he gets to the mound to start pitching, and some other stuff, and of course the walk signal that they're going to start doing this year, which they were supposed to start doing last year. If they want to intentionally walk somebody, they just give the signal and they just start walking, which some people might find out a little crazy. But anyway, we're going to keep everybody up to date during the course of this racing season. So what else is in store for 2017? Well, the return of Dale Jr., who missed the second half of 2016, missing 18 races, set to return in 2017 in the double 8 Chevy. Also mentioned the retirement of Tony Stewart. The question is, however, who is going to take over? Of course, that's going to be Clint Boyer, which in 2017 will be the 14 Ford as Stewart Haas Racing makes the switch from the Chevy Bowtie to the blue Ford Oval. Furniture Row Racing adding a second car this year and will be fielding the 78 car of Martin Truex Jr. and the new car 77 car, which will be driven by Xfinity Series driver Eric Jones, who will be making his Cup debut on Sunday. So now that Stewart Haas Racing is switching to Ford, what does it mean for Team Penske, who fields two popular Fords of their own, Keselowski's number 2 and Logano's number 22? There will be 13 Fords out there, combination next for this year. Carl Edwards, of course, here's the big bomb drop right here. Greg Biffle, by the way, who is driving the 16 car, he's not coming back this year either. So some crazy stuff going on. But this is the big one, Carl Edwards, who no one saw this coming. Of course, cousin Carl Edwards will not be racing in 2017. Now, 2017 was actually going to be the final year of Carl Edwards' contract with Joe Gibbs Racing. Joe Gibbs informed the decision right before Christmas time. Now, don't know if the driver of the 19... I wrote down... I didn't know who the driver of the 19 car was because I wrote this up a while ago, but then news broke that it's going to be Daniel Suarez, which actually also raced last week in the Clash. Now, I also heard a rumor that Carl Edwards might be racing for Team Penske, but I read a little something online about that. I got to get some more information on that, but that is so far rumor. And man, oh man, even though Jimmy Johnson was the winner of the final race of the season, becoming the 2016 Cup Series champion, Carl Edwards was so close to winning the 2016 title until an unfortunate wreck coming off a late race restart after a crazy one at the Logano's 22 Ford contacts the back of the 19, and then a big chain reaction with just 10 laps remaining in the final race of the season, the Ford EcoBoost 400. I might also add that Joe Logano came very close to winning the 2016 Champion Series as well. Carl Edwards has won 3 races in 2016 under the JGR banner. Prior to racing for Joe Gibbs Racing, raced for Roush Fenway Racing, where he collected 23 wins and finished second twice in the championship standings during the Fenway years, driving the number 99. Now, according to statistics, our go-to source, driveraverages.com, Carl Edwards in the 99 car raced 373 races, 23 wins, 108 top 5s, 187 top 10s, 295 top 20s, and in the 19 car raced 72 races with 5 wins, 16 top 5s, 33 top 10s, and 58 top 20s. All right, so there we go. Good stuff. What else we got for you here. Certain tracks, there will be one fewer set of tires allowed for 2017. These tracks include Daytona, only for the Daytona 500. Both races at Phoenix, both races at Martinsville, Bristol, Kansas, also Auto Club Speedway, Kentucky, and Chicagoland. In 2018, now there are tracks in which additional sets of tires will be allowed. Talladega, both races, Daytona for the July race, New Hampshire, Watkins Glen, and Darlington. Also, there's an aerodynamics package for 2017, which they've been talking about last year for non-restrictor plate tracks. Cars will feature a shortened spoiler, 2.35 inches tall. This is down from the 3.5 inches in 2016. Now, NASCAR tested a 2.5 inch spoiler last season at Kentucky and at both Michigan races. This is for the Cup Series. As for restrictor plate racetracks, Daytona and Talladega, restrictor plate openings will be reduced from 57/64 of an inch to 7/8 of an inch. This applies to both Monster Energy Cup Series and Xfinity Series. There are additional safety measures for restrictor plate racing. Again, for the Monster Cup and Xfinity Series, roof hatches will now be mandatory and will be an alternate escape route. Energy absorbing materials will be used to protect the driver's feet. And one other change, Monster Energy Cup Series cars will now be required to be equipped with a roof-mounted camera at all times, regardless of whether or not it is used by the TV networks. Now, some other changes, some driver changes. As we mentioned, Greg Biffle has no place to go this year. Clint Boyer going into the 14. Let's see. Now, also, Chris Boscia, who was driving the 34 car for Front Row Motorsports, will be behind the wheel of the 37 JTG Daugherty Racing Chevrolet. So now the new driver of the 34 will be Landon Castle, who was driving the 38 car last year. Matt DiBenedetto is moving from the 83 car to the 32 car for driving for Go Fast Racing. Ty Dillon will be in the 13 car because Casey Mears is not coming back this year either. A lot of people ain't coming back, my goodness. And as mentioned, Daniel Suarez takes over for was driving the 19 Joe Gibbs Toyota. Eric Jones driving the 77. And now Landon Castle, who was driving the 38 into the 34. Now, who's taking over the 38 is going to be David Reagan. David Reagan, of course, last year was driving the 23 car. Xfinity Series, Michael Annett moves from the 46 car to the number 5 car. He'll be driving for JR Motorsports in the number 5 Chevy in the Xfinity Series. And now we have NASCAR Camping World Truck Series drivers. William Byron, driver of the number 9 truck, moves to the Xfinity Series. Now, according to NASCAR.com, he will be driving a Chevrolet now, but don't know what number it is yet. So we'll probably find out on Friday, Saturday actually. Xfinity Series starts on Saturday, and we got this weekend schedule coming up. Now, Cole Custer, driver of the 00 truck in the World Truck Series, will be driving the 00 Stewart-Haas Ford in the Xfinity Series. So there you go. And then the driving for Stewart-Haas Racing. In the Truck Series, he was driving for JR Motorsports, driving the 00 Silverado. All right. We got tons of stuff here. We're almost done, though, pretty much. We always try to keep the podcast at least 20 minutes, and because it's a podcast, we don't want to be taking up too much people's time. Another Truck Series driver, Spencer Gallagher, driver of the number 23 truck, GMS Chevy, is moving to Xfinity Series, driving the number 23 car. And so he's driving the 23 in the Camping World Trucks, and now he's going to be driving the 23 in the Xfinity Series. Daniel Hemrick moving from the 19 Ford in the Truck Series to the 21 Chevy in the Xfinity Series. He'll be driving for Richard Childress Racing. Tyler Reddick, he'll be also moving into the Xfinity Series. Actually, no. Yes. He, too, is moving into the Xfinity Series, driving the number 42 car for Chip Ganassi Racing. And Matt Tifft will be racing in both Xfinity Series and the Camping World Truck Series, the number 11 in the Truck Series, and the number 18 in the Xfinity Series, number 11 for Red Horse Racing, and for number 18 for Joe Gibbs Racing. And as far as inside the Camping World Truck Series, Austin Cedric will be moving from the number 2 truck, the number 2 Brett Keselowski Racing Ford, to, well, we don't know yet, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Stuart Friesen is also moving from the 16 to the 52. Noah Gragson is also moving. I believe he's going to be driving the 18 truck for Kyle Busch Motorsports. And that is that. And that's what's going on. And driver changes right there. We just regurgitated a bunch of stuff. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. Because we got this weekend's racing schedule. And attention racing fans, it is now time for your official Motorsports Radio racing schedule. Yes, indeed. This weekend, ladies and gentlemen, no, not next weekend, this very weekend, racing fans, racing is back, and we'll all have something to do on Sunday. Because once football is over, there ain't nothing on TV on Sunday. Oh, man. Unless you're watching Kitchen in the Dave on QVC. I'm not saying anybody watches that, but he does that happy dance. You know that guy in the kitchen with David? Happy dance, that guy. Oh, man. So here we go. It's a Daytona weekend. Daytona International Speedway, 1801 West International Speedway Boulevard, Daytona Beach, Florida. 32114, capacity 101,000, and the NASCAR track 2.5 miles of asphalt, tri-oval, 4 turns, and bankings at the corners, a whopping 31 degrees, ladies and gentlemen. Tri-oval area, 18 degrees. The backstretch, it is 2. Lap record, 40.364 seconds. Colin Braun, Michael Shank Racing, 2013 Roche Yates Ford EcoBoost, 3.5 liter GDI, V6 twin turbo Daytona prototype. Say that 100 times fast, ladies and gentlemen, and here it is. Starting on Thursday, tomorrow, February 23rd, at 7 p.m. Eastern on FS1 and MRN, it's the Can-Am Duel, Daytona races 1 and 2, 7 o'clock, and then 8:30, I believe, is the second one, the Duel 2. But anyway, tune in on FS1 at 7 o'clock, and yes, big day on Sunday. However, before that, we got Friday, February 24th, the season opener for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Friday, 7:30 Eastern Time on FS1 and MRN, and that's going to be for the Next Era Energy Resources 250 with 100 advertised laps. All right, and now we also thing here is now we got the segments, so they're doing away with the caution clock in the Camping World Truck Series. So then on Saturday, February 25th, the season opener for the NASCAR Xfinity Series, Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on FS1 and MRN, and that's going to be for the PowerShares QQQ 300, and that is with 120 advertised laps. And then, ladies and gentlemen, on Sunday, February 26th, the season opener for the all-new Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, the Great American Race, Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox and MRN, and that's for the one, the only, Daytona 500, 200 advertised laps. And as mentioned, segment 1, 60 laps, segment 2, 60 laps, segment 3, it is 80. And that, ladies and gentlemen, NASCAR fans worldwide, is Daytona weekend. The 2017 season of racing is now upon us. And if you're an NHRA fan, this weekend, February 24th to 26th, it's the NHRA Arizona Nationals from Wild Horse Pass Motorsports Park. Saturday, February 25th, and Sunday, February 26th at midnight Eastern Time on FS1. It's qualifying, and then the finals on Sunday evening at 6 p.m., also on FS1. So if you get your NASCAR fix on, you can switch over and watch some NHRA, which is a totally different beast all on its own. So there you go. Formula IndyCar starts on March 12th. Yes, which is for the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. Oh, here it is. IndyCar begins on March 12th for the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg from Pinellas County, Florida, and Formula One kicks off 2017 from the land down on it with the Australian Grand Prix on March 26th, which is a 1 a.m. race for, and that's it. And that's going to do it for today, ladies and gentlemen. So racing fans, once again, I would like to welcome everyone back to Motorsports Radio. It's the Motorsports Radio Podcast Network as we slowly evolve this big beast for the 2017 season, and we're going to have a lot of fun this year. Monday and Thursday evenings beginning at 7:25 Eastern, live streaming, and the best way on demand, and also downloadable. So we're going to have a separate page